Welcome back, Daydreamer, to another WIP Wednesday. Today, thanks to an extension in the hashtag Kitbash Chaos build off brought to us by NotSoAverageBuilder and GunplaUniversity on YouTube, I'm going to be working on my Kitbash today.
Have you ever been building a kit while daydreaming about building another kit? That's how you get to WIP Wednesdays.
WIP Wednesday!
Ragtag Daydreams is sponsored by NewTypeHQ.com.
If you've ever started a build and you want to build something else almost immediately, maybe it's a big job, maybe you need a break, maybe you just need something to spice up the hobby, or a small win like building a high grade in the middle of building a perfect grade, then that's what WIP Wednesdays is all about. I don't normally like to purchase kits just to tear them apart and do something with them that I'm often unclear at the final result when I get a kit. I'll have an idea every once in a while, but normally I just get kits that are cool to me, and then I want to make them as cool as they can be, and that's the customization that I normally do. I don't normally chop them completely up and remake them into something different like a Kitbash kind of indicates. But when you're lucky enough to have a friend who's moving and they got rid of a lot of their high-grade kits, and you have this event like Kitbash Chaos come up where you basically need a bunch of high grades to mix and match together and customize to a certain degree, I think it's serendipitous that they would give you a box full of nonsense, mainly mono eyes. So why not make the most of it and just, build along with this event? It can be our work in progress this week. And then I'm going to talk about my newest favorite primer. Stuff goes on like butter. But I don't have it in a gray color, and I think that's going to really make a difference with this kit, especially because you only have to go to primer. You don't have to paint it. So, yeah, it's going to be a cool one. If you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe, like this video if you get anything out of it, and let's get started. I did start putting some together in some weird ways. Of course, that's the Yakushiki head there. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here to play with, but I think I finally landed on a mix of things that I like, which is right here, a very gladiator kind of style thing, and I dig that all the parts, or at least most of them, have like there's the hoses there, hoses in the arms from the Yakushiki right there. Yeah, I like the hoses everywhere, so I'm going to try to add some more to them, and yeah, hopefully he turns out pretty good as a Kitbash. Yeah. So, all high grade parts, just like I said. So basically I just need to make it so that I can use these together, but it's two ball joints. What? How's that supposed to work, huh? What's going on there? Alright? Not to worry, because super glue can come to the rescue. All right. That actually looks a little bit better. Gives a little more clearance. We can still get it kind of flat to there. That looks a little bit better anyway. So essentially I just need to make a spot where I can plug this into this, just like that. We might not even need any super glue this time around. Let's just see what we can do. First things first, that's got to go. I'm going to go ahead and break out the scribe, the point scribe there. Point scribe is going to go right in the center. Okay. Make a nice little spot right there. Okay, nice little spot right in the center. Just going to spin our X-Acto blade into it a little bit so that's a much larger spot right in the center. That should give us enough to hold the cradle of the very tip of that. If you can see, like on most drill bits, it does have a very slight angle to it where it centers out as a point. And let that point ride right there. That will allow us to drill that hole where we want it without it varying very much away from where we want it to be. Because sometimes the tip of the blade, or the tip of the drill bit, will move on you. It'll slide, it'll try to walk. And then it ends up taking off stuff that you don't want, or getting crooked or something like that. And you know, it just keeps everything a little bit more neat. Now that will not fit by itself, but it looks like it's really, really close to fitting. So what I'm going to try to do is trim down a little bit of this ball, okay? Oh, there we go. Yeah, we're probably going to have to glue that after all. All right. Got a primary weapon. There's hoses everywhere. And I like that. That's cool. Cause I'm an optimist. Okay. Now, let's talk about what this kit's gonna need at some point soon, which is going to be a primer coat. For this event, it's just primer coat. That's all they require. So anything before I primer coat it, extra bits and pieces and scribes and what have you, I'd like some feedback from you guys. Just let me know what you think this kit needs. In the meantime, I do have some of my favorite primers, new primers for me. I know a lot of people that use these online and things like that on YouTube, but new to me, Mr. Hobby, Mr. Finishing Surfacer 1500 Black, and Mr. Hobby Finishing Surfacer 1500 White. If you're going to prime something to make it look like what you see on the first announcement release for Gunpla, they're always in gray. I don't have gray. I have this. So in order to make a good primer out of this, I'm going to have to mix these a little bit. These were just, I got a lot of them in a pack, and they were the cheapest find for what it looked like I would want to use. So I'm really hoping that they don't react to the thinner, which I should probably try out before I do anything. But we're going to try it out anyway, and then I will put it in a plastic bag or something and see what I can do with that. We've got some Mr. Hobby thinner. We've got some pipettes. And here's a new thing, stainless steel shaker balls. So this is going to help stir up a lot of the paints going forward. This is 100 of them, and it didn't look like 100, but I kind of leveled them out a little bit so that they filled up the entire space, and it's like 8 by 12, which is 96 with a couple on top. And that basically tells me that if I didn't get 100, I got at least 96, and I'm okay with that. much back out of that as I can. Okay. Because I am a cheapo, so I do like to save what I can out of these. And that's actually a pretty decent in-between gray. That's all right. I can deal with that. So that's what we will prime this guy in whenever it comes time. Put everything else back up. Throw away our used stuff. And we are done for the day. So here's what we're going to be working with. And this is the color primer that's going to go on it instead of just plain black or white. I needed a good gray Mr. Hobby primer, and honestly, sometimes that's just what you have to do. You have to mix up a color you need or want. If you like this, check out my other videos, as well as my Instagram, Facebook, everything else that I have. It's all in the description below, and you can check those out for yourself. Until next time, Daydreamer, I'm Justin, your Ragtag Daydreamer, and I'll see you soon.